So this is me talking to a potato camera in broken English, alone in my room, talking about why I think um I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but I think Haruki Murakami is a great writer. Like I'm gonna do it unscripted, you know, just gonna pour out my feeling. The reason for this video is today I it's not like an argument, but um uh so I got into an argue maybe a discussion with my friend. She she said she said that Haruki Haruki is he is a boring writer, and I don't like it because from her perspective he he use a language is too simple, too like it's not expressive enough, and and she doesn't like it, and she said that um he is like a third writer. But for me, I like you know she read a lot, yeah, but that is kind of weird, because from my perspective, uh, I would say that to be able to write like Haruki is very hard. It's very hard, right? So I'm just gonna say this from a person perspective is that I come from a very technical background, and when you explain something technical, something difficult, normally like people have a tendency to overcomplicated things because there are so many details and it needs to be precise. And normally you would need a lot of work to be precise. That is why are legal documents are very hard to write, and technical documents are very hard to write. You got to get precise. But if you want to explain something complicated using simple language, it is hard. And that's why I appreciate Haruki language because for me, my English is broken. But like when I first learned English, I read Haruki because his his style of writing is so simple, so accessible, but also conveyed much more than its length because you don't he doesn't need a lot of words to convey like a certain feeling, a very complicated feeling. Like it struck me, right? It made me feel that literature doesn't have to be this like classy, complicated, and very high level of very educated people. Like normal folks like me with limited vocabulary and a little bit dumb can still experience, understand great work, like some idea, and at least feel the feeling behind. Right? You don't need a degree in literature to understand him. You just need normal everyday works. And that's why I appreciate his work. And in a sense, um, for me, as I grow up, right, I have some struggle with mental health, like everybody people, like every people that is Um, that is a very normal thing. Mm, but so when you have trouble with mental health, you are somewhat afraid. I'm not really sure about you, but for me, I am somewhat afraid to talk about my emotion. So I I am much prefer to think about it in another language. For me it's English, so that I feel a little bit distant from my emotion, so that I can process it. And having read Haruki, my skill in thinking about emotion and in emotion, like up skill in expressing emotion and get better. And because I don't know a lot of words, but now I can express com- complicated emotion in simple words, so that I can think about it. So now I can think about it. I can develop strategies to like tackle it. So reading his work does help me mentally in a way, and it's somehow it is the same between me and him. I feel a sense of comrade because he, when he writes his novel, he also he first write, yeah, he first write in broken English, and then he translate the work into Japanese. That is why, from if you read his work, the translated version to English, it it feels more natural. For some Japanese people who know English, they said that my Japanese shit. I tried to learn it, but I only got to like N5 before I am too busy. I have to do something else. I I am planning to get back into it, but right now I'm not. But that is what I read on Reddit or something, and I really love him. So I just want to say my thinking, my thought process on these arguments, because I feel a little bit sad today, and I just want to get a message out that his writing is awesome from a language standpoint, and I think you should write like him, because complicated things in simple words is like the hardest thing ever, right? Okay, thank you for listening to my TED talk. Very unscripted, and I'm just gonna send it out, sign, so that I get this thing off my mind. Thank you.